Parents and educators, welcome to smartsocial.com's program. Now, this is a pre-recorded summer series. We want to make these available to you all summer long, and we want to do it on your schedule, your time frame. So if you see a chat box next to this, please engage in it. We read every single chat line item, maybe even enter for a chance to win a giveaway at the end of this or throughout it. So make sure you watch the whole thing. There's a lot of elements below where you can watch it at 1x speed, maybe even faster if you like. If your kids are in the room, that's terrific as well. Let us know. We have a lot of different events happening all summer long, and it's all to get you ready for back to school and to make sure the summer is a good one for your family. Stay to the end because you're going to give us feedback and help your district learn what you found valuable. You'll be able to share your struggles, and we'll be able to share with you in the upcoming months and back to school some of the resources that parents like you are requesting the most. Hey, thank you so much for all the support. We're going to dive into the program. I really hope you enjoy it. I'm grateful for your time. You can adjust using some of the player controls below. Thanks so much. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's so good to have you in here tonight. My name is Josh Oakes, and I'm pumped to be with you here this evening. All right, everyone. So we are now moving into what we call creating a family media agreement. And I'm going to get some of your feedback here this evening as well on this so that we can see what's best for your family and what do we call this. So why would we want to do this? It actually should be called reducing arguments. That's what I want to call this, but I think you're going to love this. Angleton ISD with 2 kids here. Dana, welcome. All right, let's go ahead and move on into this. It's so good to have everybody here. Now, students, parents, you're in the right place. If you're concerned about excessive screen time, and kids, I'm all for you looking out for your parents too. And if you're here going right now tonight thinking, my mom is dragging me here, I don't want to be here. Well, this is going to reduce some arguments and maybe even build some responsibility for you, meaning you might even get more responsibility than you thought. And we're going to work together this summer. My dream is that you give a dream job, a dream career, and all kinds of things, and that our screen time together gets us there. So what we're trying to work on tonight is, what does it look like when our friends and other families have excessive screen time and they have time lost in real life interactions? What does it look like when other families have exposure to inappropriate content for their kids' age, including violent, sexual material, inappropriate stuff, right? We're not going to look at inappropriate stuff tonight. We're just going to look at, what does that do to us? And then what does it look like when other families have constant arguing about the amount of screen time and what apps they can use and all kinds of stuff? Like, what does that look like to other families, and how can we reduce that for our family, right? And then what does digital addiction look like? You're in the right place if you want to figure out, how do we take that dependency on social media, video games, and other forms of screen-based technology and reduce it? I got to tell you, I used to work at Disney Studios in brand marketing. I'm one of the leaders in the space, and I still feel like I'm addicted to my phone. I'm addicted to Instagram, and I'm the first to say it. And if that's the case for me, then guess what? Perhaps it's the case for many of you. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you're perfect. I love that. If so, we need to get you on the podcast. Okay. And then if you're ever concerned about what other families are going through with mental health, behavioral issues, the studies now are caused by excessive screen time and anxiety, anger, depression. If you're curious about what other families are going through, and I got to tell you, you're not alone if this ever happens to a family in your community. Maybe it's happened to your family, and that's totally fine. Guess what? Again, I'm telling you, that it happens to the best of us. In addition, if you're worried about your family's safety, maybe your siblings' safety, if you're a teen here, a student here, how do we protect your siblings from exposure to cyberbullying, talking with strangers, sharing personal information, and other things, right? Okay, if you're in the right place, and then by the end of this event, parents, we're going to understand the key concerns for managing the whole family screen time and working with your kids, not against them, parents. We're going to learn step by step how to get on the same page with your kids, with your family, and give the kids the chance to voice their concerns. And also, you can use our cheat sheet to create an open dialogue with your family. Now, who's Smart Social? Well, we help over 2 million parents, students, and professionals each year to be safe on social media so they can shine online. We have 50 live events like this. I teach students how to shine online. Let's understand the key concerns if we're online too much. This is a video that's scary, and students in the room right now, welcome. I want to ask you to look out for some of your friends. Okay, this is the tragic and slippery effects of unmonitored screen time before we watch this video, my friends. Before we watch the video, this young girl gets a phone for Christmas, for the holidays, okay? So I want you to know that as we watch this. This is gripping. And students in the room, I want you to look out for your friends with this, okay? This is happening to everybody nationwide. This is really important, and I think you're going to go, oh, I see the trend now. Now, parents, let us know in that chat box, and we'll show your comment in the next 2 minutes. What's the scariest part of this video? What are you the most afraid of? Have you seen this in the community? Let us know in a clear sentence. Here we go.
Before moving on to the next project,
my lip color go on. Hey!
Don't ever talk to me again. I don't want.
All right, everyone, I'd love to hear from you in that chat box. This is a normal human reaction, parents, to giving your child or kids, and no offense, I'm not saying no phones. I'm all about phones. I'm just all about careers and healthiness and happiness. I want to get all of you to get a job at your version of Disney someday. That's what we're fighting for tonight. It is a normal outcome to have students all of a sudden see this and go, I can't turn this off. That is a normal human outcome. This is a drug. This is cocaine for the eyeballs, and we're just looking at it, right? Josh, that is so harsh. No scientist came out and said it. All right, let's move on. Parents, screenshot this page if you want to. The 6 dangers of not managing our family's screen time. If we're not managing our family's screen time in a positive way, this is what can happen. Mental health and behavioral issues. Screenshot this, parents. Run with it. Risky behaviors, talking with strangers. Cyberbullying impact of our kids' friends. Declined physical health. This happens all the time, my friends. Let me know in the chat box which one of these is the most scariest for you. Academic and learning challenges. Addiction, lack of self-regulation. Let me know which one of these is the most scary. Just put that in that chat box. Okay, next. Parents are asking us, what makes social media apps so addictive? Let's hear from students as they explain why they can't stop scrolling.
I think the most addictive part about social media is the constant new content that you see. You're always being introduced to new content, especially on apps like TikTok. I think the short videos, when they end so quick, you start to lose your ability to have a longer attention span. I've caught myself finding long TikTok videos and I can't stand watching the whole thing.
This generation has really adapted to the fact that we don't have a large attention span. We really only concentrate for 30 seconds. So getting information that quickly, I think, enables us to just want to keep watching more. You don't even need to care about what they're presenting to you, but just the fact that you can sit there and watch it and you're oddly enjoying it. Social media is pretty addictive. People said it's like a drug. So it is addictive because you can't stop watching it. Your mind just plays on loop and it enjoys the fulfillment of everything firing in your brain to just keep watching.
So scary, right? It is addictive. I think these students hit it on the head. These students are a part of our student internship, which is powerful and amazing. All right, back over to the program real quick. We're in part 2, how to fill out a family media agreement. Josh, this sounds lame and boring. Again, we're going to rename some of this stuff, but what I want to do is I want to get you that dream job, career, internship. I want you to launch into the future so far and so fast, not to make your parents proud, but I want to be rooting for you going, that person, I'm so proud of them, right? And I want you to just have a bright future. So parents are asking us, how can I decrease conflict and still communicate clear boundaries with my child around using these apps? How can I nag my kids less, essentially, right? Well, let's talk about the questions you can ask your kids ahead of time to avoid future issues. Parents, are you struggling with screen time battles with your kids? At smartsocial.com, we found that the one thing that is a total game changer for most families is creating a family media agreement. It sets expectations for everyone and helps teens understand the importance of balancing screen time with real life activities. But this agreement isn't just about rules. It opens up a dialogue and builds on trust and helps each family to have a more meaningful set of conversations. We highly recommend downloading the Family Media Agreement from smartsocial.com and filling it out together to create clear expectations and to help your kids stay safe online and navigate this crazy digital world that we live in. So let's dive in. How to fill out this agreement so that every kid gets everything they want in life, right? That's my dream for you. First, you go to smartsocial.com and type in agreement on the front page. Next, we're going to fill it out. Step 2, you click on the social media agreement for your family and you'll be taken to one of the posts. I'm going to give you that post here in just a sec. And then there's 2 versions we're going to look at here, the condensed version and the full agreement version, okay? The condensed version and full agreement version. So let's go over to smartsocial.com. I'll show you how to find this. We're going to go over there and we're see this search resources. We're going to type in agreement. We're going to type in agreement, social media agreement templates for your family. Okay, we're going to click on that. And now safeguard your student's future with our free print. I mean, it really should be launch into your world's best career and have amazing time with your family, and your parents will nag you less. I love the parents. I love the students, but I'm really on the student side 99% of the time, because when they're 25, I want them to launch into their future. And that's why we're doing this tonight. So check this out. Parents, download our free social media agreement templates. We have the full one we're going to look at, and we have the condensed one. Okay. So let's go take a quick look at the condensed one here real quick. We're going to share this tab. And if you click on the condensed one, this is what it opens up. Okay. So this is a really, really quick little tiny PDF that you can print out. Okay, the social media online presence guide, social media and online presence dialogue guide. Am I allowed to be on Instagram? You check this box, allowed, yes or no, username, password. We're going to zip through this because this one we're not doing. We're going to actually work on this one together. Now, we understand that companies create device and media content, and the companies that create the devices and the media content have the mission of making them interesting, and they want us to keep watching or playing. As a family, we will talk about all the types of screens used in our home for personal and entertainment purposes: computers, televisions, video game systems, cell phones, etc. This family technology dialogue and agreement is taking place on this date between this student or teen or parent. You can change the name. By the way, parents, you can download this by just clicking File, and you can click Download as a Word, as a PDF, and then this outlines it for everyone. We're going to revisit this no later than this date. I'd put it 6 months out, 12 months out. I put 6 months out, and we may continue the discussion at any time. One of us has a concern about screen time, device use. Kids, teens, this is for you as well. If your parents are on their phones too much at dinner, let's hold them accountable. I love your parents, but I'm also fighting for your future. Literally, I want you to get the best job possible. So as a family, we're going to continue learning about tech in our lives, the best way to use it. The tech companies want our eyeballs glued to it, and your parents want you to be safe. And I'm right in the middle fighting for you, right? We'll use the resources from Smart Social and other applications to help each family member. So there's a bunch of pages to this. Our family tech dialogue and agreements cover the following topics: screen time, family communication and device care, video games, and social media online presence. You can check the box, print out different ones. Use the following templates for each topic to discuss the responsibilities, dangers, and opportunities as a family. And then this is where you sign it. We discussed the importance of these rules and agreed to do our best to follow them. I understand that failure to uphold this family media agreement after our dialogue will result in appropriate consequences. Not inappropriate, appropriate consequences. Student signature, the student can sign it, and then a date, and then parent 1's signature, and possible parent 2 if we want to. Okay? Holding everyone accountable. Okay. Here's the screen agreement. You can put down, okay, I have an iPad. What's my time limit per day? What's the time of the day that I'm allowed to use this screen? You can put 3 p.m. to 3:30 or 6 to 6:45, right? Let's just set up guidelines. If we just leave this open and never talk about it, that's what the big device companies want us to do. How do I track the screen time on this device? Is it with a little timer, or is it the screen time on the iPad? And am I allowed to access the internet on this device? So you've got and that's interesting to note, right? If it's an iPhone, or if it's a Gab wireless phone or another phone without the internet, then probably not. Okay. You can fill in what other devices: Xbox, the other video games, software, anything else. Okay. Next, total personal entertainment screen time per day. What's your total personal? Again, I don't want you to hate me, but I'm going to say that screen time as a family is good. Playing video games as a family is good. And if we're on our devices, if we're on TikTok for 5 hours a day, not good for our brain. It's really not good. Next, before I start, and I'm going to suggest that we're on an hour or less a day of just perusing the internet. Now, before I start any screen time, the following responsibilities must be completed first: chores, homework, you can circle it, you can check it off. Exercise, sports time, ask permission first, chores, other. So make this your own. Delete it. A lot of parents go, Josh, I downloaded it. I made it my own and we worked on it. And students, kids, if you're in the room, I want you to print this out and I want you to take this and I want you to go somewhere with it and come back to your parents with it and say, here's what I'm willing to give you. Will you give me this? We'll work on things together. Screens will not be allowed, fill in the blank, before bedtime or before 7 a.m., after 8 p.m., at the dinner table, in the car, a passenger, never as a driver, obviously. If I'm having a hard time stepping away or turning off the screen after my time limit is done, I can consider doing something I enjoy like this. I enjoy off screen. What are those things you enjoy doing? And it could be playing baseball. It could be riding my bicycle. It could be art. It could be playing the guitar. Some signs that I have been watching a screen for too long might be, honestly, some students have said, I feel less focused, happy, or relaxed. If I knowingly break these screen time rules, the consequences will be, what are they? Like, what's important is we write this down. We don't just overreact, okay? If I ever see something on this device that makes me feel uncomfortable or goes against our family values, I will. And that's where I will come and tell my mom, tell my dad, or is there an aunt or uncle that's cool that I can also go to that mom and dad trust implicitly? Use the Smart Social Family Media Agreement Dialogue Guide for more dialogue about what activities can be, blah, blah, blah. All right, name of the device, iPad. Complete the screen time dialogue agreement for all devices. Create multiple copies for this document in part or whole, right? I know it sounds weird, but if you get a car that's 4,000 pounds that could kill somebody and it can go 100 miles an hour, you better believe you're probably going to have a big discussion with your parents about what can go right and wrong and when that car gets taken away. Every device can hurt another family, so we got to have a little agreement with it. It's like a little car. This device was purchased by mom, dad, whoever, and the current replacement cost is, guys, these are $1,600 and soon to be $2,000 if we don't figure out a tariff stuff. If lost or damaged, it is whose, and that's probably going to be the teen's responsibility to pay for a replacement or repair. The monthly charge or cost of the data subscription that mom and dad are paying for is $50 a month, $60 a month. I don't know. Put in whatever that is, mom or dad. And it's paid for by mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, right? Let's have this talk. Nobody has this talk with people. You have this talk, you're better off. You're like, oh, that's a lot of money. Oh, I don't want to pay for that. Well, you better take good care of it. And teens, I'm fighting for you, but I'm being honest. This is tough love time. My device login and password are, now this would be for this device, the iPhone, right? Or Android. What's your 6-digit code? And I know I should never share this information with anyone other than my parents/guardians. I will not change this information without them knowing and updating this form. Okay. Number 4, parent or guardian's name will be able to inspect my phone and apps at any time, and parental controls may be used to help protect me. Parental controls are great, but this document is better. It's more freedom for the kids. We will use blank name of monitoring parental controls to help us monitor this device. And it might be like rich dialogue, weekly dialogue, or last minute, I will not knowingly remove, change, or circumvent controls, monitoring software into my device. Let's initial that. And again, you might not even need this. You might do that in the future. Students, kids, teens, you might know this is an option if your parents get frustrated with you. And I'm all for it. Additional fees, apps, downloads, subscriptions they're allowed and paid for by mom and dad, or chores or must ask permission for each purchase, or not allowed. I think this is a reasonable one. Hey, can I buy this? Or can I earn it through chores? I am or am not allowed to take this device out of the house. I am or am not required to take this device with me when I'm not with my parents, right? Circle 1. I am or am not allowed to connect this device to Wi-Fi other than the trusted home network. I am allowed to connect the Wi-Fi at grandma's house. Places or reasons I should avoid connecting to public Wi-Fi include Starbucks or shady internet providers. Allowed to use the camera on this device. If I'm allowed to use the camera, I understand I will not share photos with strangers. I will also not share photos without the permission of the people in the photo. Complete the social media online presence agreement for more details. If I'm ever in contact by a stranger through this device, I will tell mom, dad, grandma, grandpa immediately. I understand I should not respond. Okay. Any communication from me on this device will be respectful, and I will communicate clearly. Ground rules include blank. Okay. I will do my best to avoid multitasking while checking and answering messages. For example, making sure whoever you're communicating with understands your acronyms, polite hello and goodbye when starting or stopping a conversation, appropriate times to answer the phone or ignore a message, being patient, waiting for a response from others. So Family communication and device care agreement continued. If I'm allowed to browse the internet on this device, some sites I should avoid are mom, dad, if you find sites, Roblox, I don't know, no offense, Roblox, it is not safe. Come to my Roblox training night or video game training night. We can make it safe together. I will use this device to communicate only with people I know in real life. Saving my friends' real names and contacts will help me and my parents to know who I'm communicating with. If someone I don't know contacts me, I will talk to aunt, uncle, grandma before responding, and we will discuss an appropriate way to figure out who the message is from and decide on a safe way to respond. I will not share my phone number, my username, my email address with people I do not know in real life, even if they send me Roblox bucks or money or tell me I'm beautiful, or they say that my parents don't understand me. Come to one of my disappearing messages or events and you'll see why. There's the 7 dangerous things that bad people do online, and it doesn't turn out good. But mom, these people know me. Let me show you the end game, how the movie ends. It doesn't end so well. I'm responsible for keeping the device adequately charged or plugged in. Our family charging station is located in the kitchen, mom's bathroom, not in a bedroom, not in the child's bedroom when possible. Initial here. You don't have to use this. You can throw this out the window, families. You do not need to listen to Josh. This is a menu of suggestions. You can delete all of this. When not in use, it is my responsibility to store the device in this area. I will always have blank on this device to protect it from accidental damage everywhere. A screen protector, a case. When I want a new app or game software to download, I will talk to blank Guardian before downloading anything to discuss what it is and make sure it is safe from viruses or malware that may be a risk to my device or others in our family. We may add additional family agreements for video games or social media based on what I want to download. I will never allow an app or software access to the contents of my device, aka I will not upload my contacts so the device can see if I have friends on that network game app. Once contacts are shared, many apps will message all my contacts. I can never get them back. Initial here. I will not upload my contacts to the device to see. Okay? We're updating it live, guys. Live. In general, I will not allow apps to track my location through the device. Apps, software that my parents approve of tracking are. I don't suggest Snapchat. It has live tracking, blah, blah, blah. I do suggest that Google Maps and your GPS. No, I think those are good. There's really good location. I do suggest that everybody has Find My Friends with their parents so you can tell your parents where you're at. I 100%, I love that. I have 10 people on. I have like my parents and my sisters and like 4 of my closest friends know where I'm at. I don't have to share it through Snapchat. Okay? Parents, you can ask your kids about that. I will never lie about my age when creating an account on this device to bypass their age restrictions. Huge. Didn't know to ask about that, everybody. Add your own rules and exceptions. I will always be nice to my parents online. I don't know. I don't ever want my parents to comment on my Instagram photos. They can tell me in person, but do not comment on my Instagram photos because that's lame. Hey, that's totally fine to put in here. That is totally fine. Or it's okay if you do that, just don't do it too much. Okay. Video game agreement guide. View the smart social pros and cons, blah, blah, blah. If you watch this one, it's pretty cool. We can look at this pros and cons of video games. You can click on that link. All right. Name the video game or device, Xbox or Fortnite. Complete the screen time dialogue agreement, device communication, blah, blah, blah. Cool. And I'm allowed to play these games with this rating. E for everyone. That's like G rated. This is 10 plus, teen, mature. Okay. Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox. Check that out. And am I allowed or not allowed? We can list them all here. Parents, if you're going to allow your kids to play this, play a little bit with them. Better go understand the games. Key takeaway from some of the parents at my events is I just learned that I need to go be more interested in what my kids are doing online because they like it when I'm interested. Okay. Circle your answer for each of the following questions. Am I allowed to connect my video game device to the internet and play online? I'm allowed or not allowed? I can connect with known friends on the games. If I'm allowed, I will only connect with people I personally know in real life, not friends of friends. Friends of friends are predators. Friends of friends are dangerous, dangerous, weird people. I don't believe you, Josh. You don't have no idea my community. I see it on a national level. I'm on the news because of it. That's my friend, Mom. I get it. But have we met him in real life? Have they sat next to you in school? Have you seen him in the hallway at school? Or has Mom and Dad brought them over to the dinner table or the backyard? They're a friend of a friend, and they could be very different, okay? We'll be able to tell Parent Garden who each of my connections is. We need to be able to tell them who each connection is, okay? If you're like, I've never really talked with them, they've just been really nice to me. Parents, if your kid is ever texting them or something like that, FaceTime them. Best way to scare a predator, try and FaceTime all those people, parents. If you're scared of your kids, who your kids are chatting with, that'll scare them. That'll scare your kids. FaceTime anyone under the age of 35. That'll scare them all. Friend, follow, connect with people. Am I allowed to friend, follow, connect with people? Allowed or not allowed? Am I allowed to text, chat with real life friends in the game? Allowed or not allowed? Text, chat with strangers in the game. Audio chat with real friends in the game. Audio chat with strangers in the game. Am I allowed to wear headphones while audio chatting in the game? That's a big one because you're chatting and you're hearing lots of foul language that mom and dad do not know that you're listening to. I'm sorry, but it's a thing. Am I allowed to share social media or other contact information through the game in my profile account or through live messaging or chat? Allowed or not allowed? Am I allowed to move from video game chat to other communication methods with a stranger or with anyone? With anyone, right? And this is what the bad people want you to do. They want you to go, hey, let's chat over on Discord. Let's chat over on WhatsApp or whatever. Let's chat over on this app. And they take you offline. If I ever see or hear anything in the game that threatens me, my friends, and my family, I will stop engaging and I will tell this person and close out of the game, save the conversation. In any interaction with other people, friends or strangers, I will never bully, disrespect another person through my words. If I'm bullied, I will talk to blank about what to do. I will be a team player and will be a good sport, even when the game doesn't go as I would like. Being a good sport in my video games means, what does that mean? I will never share my login or password with anyone other than parent or guardian. If we don't have this talk, someone will seem like they're the friend. Let me tell you what happens all the time. Hey, best friend, I'm going to give you my Snapchat username. Keep up the streaks while my phone is being taken away. I got in trouble. When you do that, they all of a sudden are upset with you one day and they start posting very inappropriate stuff and it crushes you. They're your best friend until we realize they're also 13. They're your best friend until we realize they don't have the best parents like you have who bring you to an event like this. You're the best parents. 17, login passwords for the games that I play are, okay? View the smart social popular video games parents need to know to learn more about popular games. So here's the game, the login, the password. Next, additional rules and expectations, video game dialogue and agreement guide. And then the social media and online presence dialogue. Let's move this real quickly through this. Am I allowed to have Instagram? Yes or no? What's my username and password? This helps you shine online. There's some really neat stuff here. Am I allowed to have TikTok? Yes or no? Here's what's interesting. Parents, if you don't let them download TikTok, but you let them to go to Billy's house or Christina's house, and they have an extra phone at Billy or Christina's house on, the kids will probably say, get my parents' extra phone over here, and you can have TikTok at my house when you're over here. You just download it there, make your own account. If you don't have a talk with them about this, then it's not their fault. If you don't know to ask about the things in the lease when you're leasing a house or buying a house, it's your fault. It's buyer beware. There's something there. You know what I mean? Snapchat, am I allowed to have it? You can go watch our things. Watch this. Twitter used to be the name of it. It's called X now, and formerly Twitter App Guide. You can learn all about it. You can learn all about each one of our guides. You just click on them and sweet. All right, all these apps. And then I am or am not allowed to create new accounts before talking to my parents. I will not create a fake or hidden accounts. I understand my parents may follow any of my social media accounts, but I am or am not okay with my parents publicly engaging in my posts, liking, commenting, friending my friends. I would like my parents or guardians to not blank, comment, like, whatever. I don't know. I will follow people and organizations or join groups that are positive and help me connect with interests. Some positive examples are, I will never share nude or suggestive photos of myself through any social media or digital methods, including texts. If anyone ever threatens me that they will do something if I don't share, by the way, this is what predators do. They lie and say, I'm going to share this everywhere. I will stop talking to them, and I will always tell parent or guardian or trusted adult. If I receive offensive photos, even if I never ask them, I should tell blank. This is a common way online predators try to get me to send photos. Hey, if you have this talk and you fill this out, this will never become a problem in your family. I will never meet a stranger in person who I first met online. People are not always who they say they are, no matter how long I have talked with them online. Look, one of you is already logging in and downloading this. I will never share photos of anyone online that I do not have permission to share, especially if they are inappropriate, bullying, embarrassment, or nude photos that were forwarded to me from others. I understand that anything I post in an app can be leaked to my online presence, can impact my family and myself legally. If I share something online, it can impact my family's reputation. I will treat everyone with respect and never use social media to bully others online or in person. If I see a friend being bullied online, I will tell Blink to help make sure my friend is okay and knows how to get away from the situation. Okay, I will not follow a stranger to a different communication platform or app, even if they say no one else understands me the way they do. This is what strangers often say to get students to trust them more than their parents. If a stranger ever offers or demands money from me, I will stop communicating with them and talk with Blank to decide how to manage the situation. I understand that disappearing messages never really disappear and that someone could always screenshot what I sent to others. If I make a mistake and post something I'm not proud of, I will do this. I will never use social media to seek or connect with illegal behavior, including drugs or alcohol. All right, there's the program. Woo! We moved quick. That was fast. I love it. Let's go ahead and go through this and finalize a couple of these things. So how to fill it out. I just showed you all that stuff. We just went through the full agreement. All right, parents are asking us, I'm thinking of giving my 12-year-old son a phone. What's your advice? Here we go.
Once students turn about 12 years old, about half of them have phones. I would say by the time they're in 7th grade, by the time they turn 13 to 14, almost 100% of the students have cell phones. I think one of the problems we make as adults is treating cell phones and social media as a necessary marriage, and it doesn't have to be the case. It's almost always for safety reasons, and it really is nice to see parents teaching their kids how to communicate in appropriate ways with the family, making sure that they're notifying them of where they are and when plans change. I think that if you realize that they can have a phone, but not necessarily have to have all the apps and social media on that phone, I think that the age that parents are giving their children access to phones is really pretty appropriate. I think middle school is an appropriate age. Again, not for social media, but just for the phone itself. And so I think that when you're looking at that age appropriate access, then your secondary question is, now when do I let them have Instagram? When do I let them have access to TikTok, YouTube videos? To me, we need to start separating some of those questions because I feel like students are a lot more responsible with phones in general than maybe they are with social media.
Great tips. Okay. Excellent. Let me go ahead and get rid of this and let's click, parent success strategies. Parents are asking us, what can I do as a parent to increase the chances the agreement is successful? Let's hear from 2 superintendents on strategies that make a difference.
The biggest tip that I can give to a parent is there's nothing that we say that's going to matter half as much as what we model. And so if we are constantly on our phones, if we're constantly on our devices, then whether that is the rule or not, we are implicitly giving our kids permission to do the same. For me, just start with modeling, because the less you're on, the more you're going to engage with them. The more you're going to engage them, the less they're going to be on.
I just heard a really great suggestion from a parent this week. She said when it hits 7 o'clock in our home, everybody knows, adults included, that they all go onto this charging station. It's visible to everybody right in the kitchen, and everybody does it. And I think we have to think about, if we're going to limit a student's access on their phone, then what else are we going to do? What can we do as a family? What activities can we encourage? We have to go back and retrain or provide those other alternatives so that those become the norm rather than just sitting on your phone.
Okay, let's look at some dialogue starters. Parents, you can use these if you like, or you don't have to. We're rounding out in the end of the evening. I've noticed how much time we all spend on our devices lately. Parents, you can screenshot this. Can you share your ideas about how we can find balance that works for everyone? Or what apps are you on the most these days? Can you show me how these apps work, how that app works? Can you teach me? I know video games, social media, and other online activities are fun and important to you. What do you think about us creating a plan so we can enjoy them without us nagging you all the time? Okay. Next, here's 5 meaningful statements. If your kids don't want to talk, when they do start talking to you about something, tell me more about that. Maybe they'll open up. It's when they're interested in talking, not always when you're interested. I'm here to listen, not to judge. I may not fully understand how things work on social media these days, but I'm here to listen and learn if you like. I'm grateful when you share what's happening with you online. And I don't always know the best way to balance screen time, but I'd love to hear what works for you and what doesn't. Thank you, everyone, for your time here today. Let me know if there's anything else you need. Thanks so much for joining me. As always, remember to keep it light, bright, and polite because your kids are watching what you're doing online. We'll see all of you very soon. Have a great day. Bye. Parents, educators, and students, thanks so much for joining the program. This is your chance to engage. And let's talk a little bit about a giveaway that we do. This is a chance for you to help your community to be safer online and enter for a chance to win a gift. Now, you can let us know in that chat box, what do you want to win for your family? We do this every week. We have a new Amazon Kindle we give away, which inspires reading, or a 3D printer on the right that you can see, which inspires STEM education. You can let us know in that chat box right now if you'd like to. We do see every single chat box item. And here's how you do this. You visit smartsocial.com/find, and you can do that from your mobile phone, parents. This is a parent thing. You register/log in and fill out our feedback form. This is just for parents to do. Or you can scan that QR code, parents, and you fill out our feedback form to enter for a chance to win our drawing every Friday. If your district isn't currently a partner, you'll see a message on the page. Just click that big, beautiful button you see right there and send them an email. This also enters you for a chance to win a prize every Friday. And this is what that might look like. Hey, it looks like your school district's partnership expired, or they don't have one, or something like that. If you click that big button, it emails us, and you can put your principal in there or whoever else, if you know your superintendent, bonus points. But this is your chance. You'll land on a little page that looks like that on the right. Now tell us what you've learned from the event. I learned this. I learned that my students and I, or my teen and I, can work together on this. I should play video games with them more. I learned this. And then what social media safety topic does your family struggle with? We use this to plan our next topic. So fill out that page, spend a moment. This helps the school district to go, whoa, this was valuable. And again, help us out a little bit. If there's a landing page and a next step, take a look at that as well. We're really grateful for your time. We hope you enjoyed the program. This is a chance for us to give back to your community. And then you giving us feedback helps us to be the world's best at protecting communities and families just like yours. And as always, no matter what you're posting online, remember to keep it light, bright, and polite because everyone's watching. We'll see all of you on the next event. Again, I'm so grateful for you.